Caitlin.
So my question is, how has Supernatural affected your life?
How has it affected my life?
Like your acting career?
Well, that's a very good question. I'll tell you honestly, in a completely positive way. Just hear keys moving and I just see lips. Someone's going to attack me, don't do it. Quick, I'll get you. I have weapons here too. I can make a weapon out of this. It's been a completely positive experience for me. I got to work with this fantastic family of actors and crew. The show that's been going on for a very long time. And as you know, this is it's very rare in the business. There's not a lot of shows that have been on this long. And these guys, like, who knows when's it going to stop?
Never.
I mean, it just keeps going and going, and people are happy. The fans, you know, the passion and the loyalty, it hasn't dissipated in any way. And this fan base is just, it's really incredible. You guys give yourself a huge, round of applause, pat on the back. You gotta love yourself, because it's a real. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in the genre game for a long time, and this fandom is like no other. And you guys are very respectful, and you support each other, and you push causes together, and the energy and love you guys have is it's an amazing thing. You're creating positive change. And I'm happy to be a small part of that. And I'm honored that I was able to join this family. So yeah, it's been a very positive experience in my life.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question.
Hi, Cody. I just want to, as an actor, from your point of view, would you feel Gadriel was manipulated?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was in the beginning. Obviously Metatron manipulated him, and Metatron's very good at doing that. And he took advantage of a broken angel. He's been in prison for thousands of years. Gadriel was not functioning. He'd just been tortured and in prison for so long. So he came out already damaged goods. And then on top of that, he's an angel that's a human vessel. So he's lost some of his powers. He's down on Earth now. Functioning amongst humans. Everything's changed. It was too much at once. And Metatron definitely manipulated that and took advantage of it. It took Gadriel a long time to realize that. It's very clear that he's a soldier from the beginning. He's someone who needs to be told what to do. And I think at one point he was, very, very respected and trusted by God in particular. And that's a huge honor. But he lost that trust. And he lived for a very long time punishing himself and questioning everything he'd done and who he was. And he came out looking to redeem himself. And Metatron, very quickly and very smartly took advantage of that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Love you obviously on Supernatural, but also as Hilo on Battlestar Galactica. Big time. So you play wonderful, good, moral, upstanding guys. And you've also played some characters that are also bad. Which one do you prefer? The bad guy or the good guy?
You know what? Because the beginning of my career for so long. Oh, sorry, guys. I thought I was being too loud when I had it up. In the beginning of my career, because I played so many characters that were these upstanding, moral characters,
Fans for
that hot scene.
On that topic, actually, I wanted to know if Dollhouse had gotten another season, what would you have liked to explore with your character, and what would you like to have seen happen?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think I was really excited at the prospect of playing other characters, like Paul getting imprinted. Something goes wrong, maybe Alpha gets in there, and I don't know, he makes me echo. Something. Playing a different character would have been cool. And I mean, that possibility was always there with that storyline, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
Hi, Kendall.
I have sort of a unique spelling in my name, so I understand the teachers, how they butcher your name.
Yes.
So I was wondering how you felt that Gadriel and Ezekiel had like unique names in the show.
I was comfortable with it. I was comfortable with it. But I recognized the unique names. I did indeed. I wish I could give you more, but I can't. Thank you, though. Thanks, Kendall.
Hi, I'm back again.
You're back again?
I'm back again, Kirby. It's Kirby.
Hi, Kirby.
So.
I can actually see you this time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know the web series you're talking about is Rift World Chronicles, I'm assuming.
That is the one. Say it again.
Rift World Chronicles.
Say Rift World 3 times really fast.
Rift World, Rift World, Rift World. So I heard you mention it at a panel a while back, and I was like, I've got to check this out. And I love it. And I want to know, is there more? Like, you were awesome as that character, and I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Kirby. Yeah, we had a blast doing that. I got to do it with a dear friend of mine who had been in acting school with, forever ago. And we never worked together. We were doing plays at the same time at the same acting school, but we never actually shared a scene. We were even on 2 of the same productions professionally, TV shows that were shot in Vancouver, but we never shared a scene. So when the opportunity came along, we really jumped at it, and we had a blast. It was, to date, one of the funnest things I've ever done.
On-screen chemistry was like really great.
Awesome.
I loved it when she walked in, and of course you weren't wearing a shirt. But
she's great, isn't she? Erin's really
it was
good.
kind of like oh, hi there, and suddenly the crazy guy wasn't so crazy anymore. It was really great.
She's like, he's crazy, but I'll take him down.
Yeah, exactly. The second you weren't wearing a shirt, you weren't crazy anymore. It was pretty funny. But no, I just loved that character, and you did such a great job with it. And
thank you.
Especially the tea shop scene, that was hilarious.
That was a funny scene.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of the credit has to go to Jonathan Williams, who wrote it and directed it.
Yeah.
When we worked with Jonathan originally, when we did The Portal, which was the short.
Yeah, so yeah,
we did that a couple years before. Jonathan had never directed. And I gave him a little bit of shit. I was a little bit of a handful because, I had come back sick from Thailand, and I was shooting the short, and I'm running around downtown Toronto in minus 30 with no shirt on, and they didn't know what they were doing, and they were new to it, so it was frustrating. He was still new to it himself. He was obviously very bright, and he'd written this great script, but the first couple of days were a little bumpy, and then I realized, okay, he's really getting it. He's very smart. He's very capable. And then Erin and I both commented on it, and when he came back, when we did The Portal, Rift World, you see, his development as a writer was exceptional. His comedic timing, everything was so good. And on top of that, as a director, man, he was solid. He knew exactly what he wanted. He knew how to deal with us. He came so prepared. It was impressive. I can't wait to work with Jonathan again. So to answer your question, the main producers on the show, the ones who really brought it to us, they assure us that they're working very, very hard to bring it to life. We did get nominated for a Canadian Screen Actors Award, which is our academy. You guys have never heard of it, of course, but it's a big deal in Canada. It's a prestigious award. We get the best web series nomination. So that's a big deal. So it's still alive. And as a result of that, the talks are happening about getting more money and bringing you more. I know in my heart we're going to bring you more. Whether it's a movie or a miniseries, or a half hour or an hour, I'm not sure. It's going to happen.
It was incredible for the small amount of time you guys did it, because you said you'd watch it like an hour or like an hour and a half.
We have to give you more though. I'm not satisfied. I'm frustrated that I've been answering that, we've been talking about this for a year straight. Everyone's like, so when's more coming? Like, we're ready.
Well, there's so much room for development and so much room for growth, and just, you did such a great job with the character. I just loved it. So.
Thank you very much.
So,
very kind words, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you haven't seen it, check it out, you guys. It's under an hour. My dear friend Adam is going to show a clip after I'm done here, and you guys can get a little sample of it. You can literally, all the episodes are like 5 to 7 minutes long, and you can watch all of them in like 45 45 minutes.
Hello.
Hi.
Piper.
Hi, Piper. Love that name.
Thank you. I was wondering, considering how many times Castiel has sacrificed all the angels in heaven to save the Winchesters, what do you think Gadriel's opinion of Castiel is?
Well, I think he's probably suspect of him in the beginning when we meet Gadriel. And he's probably finding out everything that's happening for Metatron, and Metatron, of course, making him believe that Castiel is the enemy and that he is to be destroyed. But I think very quickly, after Metatron, forces or asks of Gadriel to kill many other angels, even his best friends, it gets to a point where he realizes he can't trust this man anymore, and that what he's doing is going too far, and he probably doesn't believe much of anything that Metatron says anymore. He's probably, it's obvious, as you see in the arc of the story, but near the end he actually goes to, because he says, listen, this is about honor. I think we're all missing the point of what it is to be an angel. He very clearly says it in his final speech before he takes his own life. And I think Castiel even forgets what it's like, what their mission truly is as angels on earth, to put the humans first, to protect them.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
I saw you speak last year at DallasCon, and hearing you speak today, I'm really struck by how grounded and down to earth you seem. You seem very zen.
Thank you very much.
And you've been in some of my favorite series, Dollhouse, PSG, Bomb Girls, and just wondering how you're able to stay so grounded in an industry that can be focused on the superficial.
Well, that's a very, very good question. It's challenging. Life is challenging, regardless of what walk of life, we come from. Everyone has challenges. There might be a perception that us in this industry, you obviously don't have that perception. You're very, observant and know that it's very, very difficult, and it is superficial. For me, being the humble little northern Canadian boy that I am, every time I go back to Hollywood, and it's been my home off and on for, a partial home for me for many years. It's always challenging for me arriving back in that city. Then, energetically, it's a different place. There's a real obsession with youth, and as you said, superficiality. There's a darkness to that city that's always a challenge for me when I first get there. And I make the transition. It's old, and I've been there. There's a lot of fantastic things about it. There's a lot of fantastic things about this industry. But it is difficult. I am human. I'm like everybody else. I have challenges all the time. I get depressed. I struggle with, keeping my chin up in this business, because it can be very difficult at times. But that's life. That's unfortunately the journey that we're all on in this plane. It's everything can't always be perfect all the time. That's not the experience we're supposed to have. But there's things you can do to make it easier. Meditation is one of those things that helps me a lot. Exercise, eating right, doing things that make me happy. This is one of them. Having fun. For years, when I was doing Muay Thai, I was trying to be a professional actor on the side, and I have a problem with being a little bit of a perfectionist. And I'd be so hard on myself sometimes, because I couldn't, to do it at a high level, you have to be training at least 4 days a week, and for hours, at least 4 days a week. It was very difficult for me to do when I was doing 14-hour days on set. And it'd be really difficult on myself, because I couldn't get a technique, or more than anything, it was usually for me just the conditioning. I didn't have the wind to be able to fight at the level that I knew I could physically, but I just hadn't been doing the training. And I'd be so hard on myself, and I'd get so frustrated. And my coach finally stopped me once, and he was like, Tahmoh, you gotta have fun, man. Just have fun. Stop being so hard on yourself. Have fun. It's such a simple thing that we so easily forget, you know. And obviously work isn't fun sometimes, you know, things that we have to do in everyday life that we don't enjoy, but you gotta find the fun stuff. You really do. It's a mantra, a thing that I try to remind myself when I'm getting really cranky or frustrated, or I'm looking for the negative, and I'm spiraling into a negative space. You know, just have fun. We're only here for a short amount of time, this time around. And there's certain things you can incorporate in your life, you know, by being positive and trying to make the positive choices, eating well and taking care of yourself, meditating and having fun.
Great words, sir.
Thank you. The boys are back.
Hold on, can you take over? Is somebody else waiting? Do we cuss anybody out? Did we ruin it? Did we just ruin the party? So she had anyway. Gosh darn it!
He just gave a great answer though. It was a great, such a good one to go out on, I would think.
It was great. If only I knew the question, I would have enjoyed that.
I know you never.
You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much.
We'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Tahmoh Louden Swain. So apparently now we're going to show a clip from the web series Tahmoh is the star of. Is that right, Adam? Enjoy the dulcet tones of a Friday send-off for Louden Swain. And we're not even done. I'm going to sign your autographs. You're going to get your picture with me and Rob, and you're going to come to karaoke. And I will see you tonight.